Hey, what's up with it, y'all? Welcome to my podcast, Cold Narratives. I'm your host, Iceberg Green. About to let y'all hear some of these cold narratives. Check it out. Hey, what's up with it, y'all? Iceberg Green in the building. So, voting season coming up. I want you to think about your vote and ask yourself who you voting for. It's time to think about that, y'all. It's time to think about who you voting for. So, when you tell your kids to vote, when you tell your family members to vote, I want you to tell them what they're voting for and how it's going to help them. Because a lot of times we just vote because of people, because of a certain, it's Kamala, it's this, I'm going to just vote. But tell your kids and your family members, your friends, if you helping them vote or whatever, explain to them what policies these people are with and against, because it's serious. You go ahead and throw your vote out there if you want to. I'm telling you, man, you don't know what you're going to get back nowadays. So protect your vote. That's basically my point. Know what you voting for, black people. Know and tell your kids what they voting for. This is serious because people like this clown right here. Okay, so this is Fox News. They're talking about this approval rating and how it could affect everything. And this is some content I got from Fox News. This is fair use. I'll be back to go in on this and tell you what I think about it. But check this out.
This Monmouth University poll reveals Vice President Kamala Harris's approval rating is higher than Joe Biden's. She's at 35%, slightly higher than President Biden's, which just, of course, hit a new low of 34%. This is the lowest in the polls tracking of his administration so far. So the numbers keep going lower, and to compare him to Kamala, she's actually higher than he is, Lee.
I mean, to be fair, it's within the margin of error. So really, they could be equally unpopular. But maybe there's a reason why Nikki Haley sort of walked away from her rhetoric where she was saying a vote for Joe Biden's really a vote for Kamala Harris because they know that she's more popular at this point. But I mean, it's really, just think about that number. 1 in 3 Americans, only 1 in 3 Americans approve of this president and this vice president. That's 2 in 3 Americans who disapprove.
So, what y'all think? I mean, after seeing that, and like I said, man, it's bad for the government, period. It's bad for that whole system structure. They got so many old people in there. I don't. That's like a senior citizen home, and for real, they got people in there. They all should have. Shouldn't they be old taking medicine? A lot of old people I know taking medicine. And I know a lot of them people in that government taking medicine. Those come with side effects. And that's, I think, you know what? I think that's what's going on. They off meds and all these side effects is causing them to do these things. How about that? You want me to give y'all a pass? That's what it is. Y'all got mental issues. The government has mental issues. But anyway, back to this content, man.
And what's also staggering is when you look at the numbers of disapproval among his own party. That doesn't usually happen. I mean, you remember when Donald Trump was in office, he was always above 90% approval rating among Republicans. I think 60% approval rating among Democrats. This is really, really bad news for both of them.
Yeah, and to see that it's the Democrats who are uncomfortable with him in the lead, do you see an alternative? Are they going to swap him out with somebody else? And how are they going to convince Kamala Harris to step aside?
I think it's really, really just, I don't know how they do it at this point. With all of the rules on when you have to be on the ballot, et cetera, I think it would be a big issue. Unless they were going to do something at the convention or he were to step aside. But I don't know how he steps aside and not have it be Kamala Harris without there being some kind of a major sort of pushback from the party, because she is the first female. She would be the first female. She'd be the first Black American. Right. And so there's all kinds of issues that they would have to address, because what are they going to do? Put Gavin Newsom in there? I think that would cause a whole lot of problems unless they somehow brokered a deal with her to say that you're going to walk away, but you're going to get X, Y, Z.
People like this clown right here, man, and clownette. Clownette. That's what I'm going to call them. So these two right here is sitting back just doing nothing for us, for black people. These two right here are sitting back doing nothing for black people. They're doing stuff for other groups. I will admit. I give them that. I will give y'all that. Y'all doing stuff for a bunch of other groups. Okay? I give you that. So think about that, y'all. And as a black person in my community, I can say he hasn't done nothing for me. I can say Kamala actually has done nothing. I have not seen a policy that's going to protect me and help me grow in America. Black hate crime bill, have not seen it. Reparations, have not seen it. And you know we do for that. All that murder, since it ain't no statute of limitations on murder, all that murder they committed, slavery, Jim Crow. So I mean, hey, we do for that. Run that check in, clown and clownette. Then you might get the black vote back. Other than that, keep playing, and you gonna be mad. I'm telling you, it's coming, and y'all gonna be bad in a minute if you don't do what's right for black people. You better mind these black people. That's what my grandma. You better mind somebody, and y'all better mind these black people because they serious and they mean business. Chicago mean business. New York mean business. California, we mean business. Bay Area, Oakland, we mean business. Our vote count, and we gonna make it count, whether you get it or not. And this right here for the people who haven't thought about this. When black people have always fought in America, for whatever cause it may be, it has helped every group come here, have opportunities. But when these other groups fight, do they mention us? They don't. So we have to fight for ourselves. And I want to say, black people, think about this. Where can we go and feel comfortable and it feel like home? Where can we go besides America? So we got to make this home. We don't have a sanctuary state or country where we can go to. We don't. America is it. This is where we are. This is what we built. This is what we contributed to. So we here. All these other groups and immigrants, they have a place to go back home to. Well, they'll be welcome. We don't have nowhere to go where they just gonna welcome black Americans. They act funny with us. They see us. They think we, and they the ones act better than us. We're the most peaceful group when it comes to the fight, when it comes to making sure that people get human rights, all that stuff. And we seem to be like we're the ones, the bad guys all the time. Black people have fought for every group. Think about it, from back in the civil rights movement all the way to the revolution, all that stuff you read in history. We've always fought for the betterment of everybody. But these other groups, when they fight for the dominant society. And I guarantee you, all these other groups, these Republican groups, all the conservative, they know who they vote for. They telling their kids who to vote for and all that. So you got to understand, we got to get ahead of the game, black folks in the community. We got to vote and tell our kids what to vote for. Holla at them, you feel me? And tell them what to vote for and how it's going to help us, because we need this right now. We don't need nobody coming in there and just doing us, even worse than we already are. I'm just saying. I'm just telling y'all. And this group right here with this horrible approval rating, that's just telling you. That's telling you what they're gonna do for us. Every 1 out of 3 Americans approve of this dude, and she's about the same. I think together they could not beat Trump together. I'm telling you, and it's tough. It's nothing. It's inevitable. They put themselves in this position. It's inevitable. Y'all did this to yourself, Democrat. And like I said, I'm not no Trump supporter. No, I'm not. I'm a bipartisan. I'm not worried about none of that. I'm worried about where my vote gonna go. I'm worried about these reparations. Shout out to the black media. For real. I'm worried about these reparations. I am worried about that. Straight up. I'm worried about this black hate crime bill. I'm worried about that. I'm worried about this new red line and shit they got going on. These immigrants. I'm worried about that. These resources they have been taking from us. This money the government sending, telling black people they don't have money to help us get out of impoverishment. And one more thing. Think about this, y'all. When a black kid, black young boy, black girl, they wake up in poverty every morning. For those that do, their mindset is different than a child that doesn't. They have to live their life, every day trying to get out of poverty. Every day of a black child's life in the hood, wherever you want to call it, they're living their life to get out of poverty. Now, as opposed to another child. So you got to think, what their thought process is going to be mentally. Because black people, we were born with PTSD. To me, I'm gonna tell you, you gotta think about all the stuff we've been through. So I think our bloodline has just been traumatized. So you gotta understand that. And when it comes to black people and the stuff we do in society, they don't use our mental health, and we go through a lot more mental issues than a lot of groups in here. But when these other folks, when that milk, when they start doing stuff, it's mental issues. Immediately, they could go out. I'm gonna do a podcast, so y'all gonna check. I got this podcast where this lady, she's like 32. I'm gonna get her name and everything, but she went back to high school, even junior high. And the first thing they said is this is a mental issue. But I'm going to talk about that on You Be the Judge. Check that out, man. I'll have more details about that. But back to this clown show right here. This is for y'all right here. When you're sitting where you at, Kamala, partially black, think about the partially black side and what you've done for black people. And think about the other sides of you and what you've done for that side. I'm just saying for you. And Biden, we already know what you with Jim Crow Joe. We already know you done put policies in place. And I'm sure you got some already. Some more waiting. But we know how you get down. I do. And if people don't know, go in and read about it. All the policies he put back in place. And that when the crack was going, they made all types of crime bills to send people to prison forever. That was him. So with that being said, man, protect your vote and know what you're voting for, man, and how it's going to help you tangibly. Black folks, man, you understand me? It's serious. So tell your kids what to do with their vote, man, because we need to get our numbers up, and get on code, as, a lot of black people in the black media say, get on code, black folks. And if you don't know what get on code is, start searching people on the black media. I'm not gonna mention no names because hey, how it go, but tune in and I'll keep you tapped in. You feel me? If that don't go over your head, you feel me? What's going on in society? Because Iceberg Green, I got these narratives for y'all. You feel me? Like I got this game for y'all. It's ism, town business, Oakland. You see it. But I'm representing. So check me out, man, and protect your vote, man. I appreciate y'all. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment if you have one, and I address it. But yeah, man, it's bad, man. It's bad for them, man. It's just my take on it, man. And protect your vote, man.
I want to thank you all for tuning in. I also want to say God bless those going through the struggle. And make sure you watch out for them cold narratives that the government trying to push on us, y'all. And to all my black people, I will be nothing without y'all. God bless you all.